Ladies and gentlemen, behold, Mezco 112 Collective, The Crow, and Mezco 5 Points, The Crow Deluxe 2-figure set.
But sometimes, just sometimes, the Crow can bring that soul back to put the wrong things right.
Alright, that's right, guys. We are back here for another action figure review. And for the first time ever, we have a dual review. That's right. Mezco's 112 Collective, The Crow, showed up right after Christmas. And just earlier today, the Mezco 5 Points Crow set also showed up. So I figured let's make it a dual review. Let's review them both. Let's go. First off, we'll take a look at the boxes. Taking a look first at the 5 Points box. We have a small, shiny 5 Points box here with some pictures of what I believe is the figure on the side and the front. And it says the Crow Deluxe 2-figure set, including alternate parts and interchangeable head portraits. My goodness. Another, I believe, shot of the figure on the side here. And on the back here, we have a picture of both figures in the set. So this is really interesting because when I ordered the 5 Points Crow from the solicitation from Mezco, I wasn't quite clear that it was a 2-figure set. Maybe I just missed that. But I did take note that there were some photos of the figure where the Crow seemed to be in some positions that a 5 Points figure typically wouldn't be able to get into. So I thought maybe there's some new articulation here. But what I think actually is going on is there's actually 2 figures here with interchangeable parts. And I can't wait to check that out. Taking a look now at the 112 Collective Crows box. On the front, we've got the Crow logo. The slogan from the Crow movie, Believe in Angels, with a shot of, I believe that's a shot of Brandon Lee from the movie. 112 Collective on the side, also the Crow logo down at the bottom. On the back, we have a full layout of all of the accessories which come with this amazing set here, including the figure itself, 4 different heads, 6 different sets of hands, and all the other good stuff we're going to get into in the review. Again, and it has some, weathering built into it, but let's check the Crows out. So first, here's a bit of a close-up on our evil smiling face there. Yeah, he is fantastic. The detail that they put into these figures is amazing. And again, the jacket here is a soft, very soft, leathery type thing, so if you needed to, you could move the legs around. But again, it's a 5 POA figure. And here's a close-up of the unjacketed Crow. Super cool looking. So now we're going to take a look at some of the swappable limbs. They're very easy to swap out. Here's the legs on the unjacketed Crow. Just pop those back on, and you basically just have a more spread out stance for that guy. Same thing with the arms on the jacketed Crow. Those are easily removable. So first we have just normal hanging down arms. Then he has one interchangeable right arm with a pointy finger. You get me tacos. And then for my money, this is the star of the show when it comes to the interchangeable limbs, because the jacketed Crow comes with these, spread out, splayed out arms, the come and get it arms on the Crow here. And that looks really cool. Probably the way I'll display him. And again, the heads are swappable. We'll take a look at that now. And you can pull the heads out. They pull out from the neck. You can pop that right in the other figure. So here's a shot of the jacketed Crow with the stoic looking head. And here is the unjacketed Crow with the crazy smiling head. And of course, as you likely saw, they do both come with these little figure stands. Really great set here. The Mezco 5 Points collection really continues to impress me. I'm still just wading my way into it. Again, the detail, the paint is amazing on them, and this whole new swappable limbs thing, as far as I know, this is a new feature for this line, and it brings a whole new added element to these Mezco figures, and I wonder, what you could do, popping and swapping now with the Mezco 5 Points collection between, the Crow and maybe some of the Gomez 5 Points. So super cool set here. All right, so next up, let's check out the Mezco 112 collective version of the Crow. And straight out of the box, first impressions are, this is a phenomenal figure. I'm in love. And as we all know, real love is forever. I mean, he strikes an impressive pose here. We've got of course, the classic painted Crow face, looking very serious, with the white underneath and the black accents, the black hair cascading down around his face, the ripped up cloth shirt, and of course, the long leather jacket here. Here's a bit of a close-up on the face. You can see the detail there, and you can see the whites of his eyes, as it were. The jacket is, again, a pleather material, and it is wired, so you can choose how you want the jacket to be displayed. He also does have this wire belt around the middle here. And how does he move with the jacket on? Pretty well. I mean, the jacket gets in the way a little bit, but you can still get him into some poses here. How does he stand? He stands great. You can move him around and get him into various poses here, even with the jacket on. And now we've removed his jacket to get a good look at the Crow and what's going on underneath his pleather jacket here. Again, he's got the ripped and torn cloth shirt. Down to the midsection, you can see the holes here from the various shots that he took throughout the movie. And then he's got both on his arms, and then around his midsection, he's got that's either a pleather wrapping or duct tape or some kind of tape around those parts. I don't remember exactly what they are from the movie. He's got again some black pants here that appear to be a similar material, if not the same material as the jacket. And some straps around both the midsection and his right leg, going down into these very 90s unlaced up boots here. And one thing I would say is that Mezco is, of course, very much known for the cloth goods, ridiculous accessories, things like that. But one thing that I don't think Mezco gets enough credit for is the articulation. Take a look here. I mean, he moves however you'd really need him to move. The shirt is of such a material that it doesn't really get in that much of the way, maybe a little bit, but nothing crazy. Double jointed elbows. He moves around great, and that has been my experience generally with Mezco figures. We have a thread here that's kind of coming out, which is something to deal with cloth goods. But in general with Mezco figures, not only do they move well, do they have good articulation, they're so smooth. The articulation is smooth right out of the box, and you don't have to heat them up or anything. As a matter of fact, the Mezco boxes often say, I believe, to don't heat them up. Part of that is, I'm sure, of course, because of the soft goods there, but it just goes to show you, that you can have incredible articulation even with soft goods when they're as good as this. The only thing, of course, that I would say is that sometimes Mezco will sacrifice a point of articulation because of a feature or because of, quote unquote, the look, which is always kind of the most important thing to me anyway. For example, with some of their figures that have had light up features in the head, the feature is constructed in such a way that the head doesn't move that well. Of course, with the Crow here, you don't have to worry about any of that. But we do have one thing down here by the ankles. They move a little bit, they turn, but there's no real rocker to speak of because of the choice with the boot there. Obviously, to have included a full rocker there would have needed to have been a cut, I guess, in the boot. And, Mezco didn't want to do that. I think in general, you're still going to be able to get him in the poses you need him to get him into. But that's pretty much the only possible shortcoming that I can come up with as I'm messing around with the Crow here. right, so now I have replaced the crow's pleather jacket back on his body now. And again, I do that by, just taking the hands off and replacing the jacket that way. And in doing that, I did notice that there is additional detail on the jacket. Some actually intentional tears in the jacket from where, supposedly the bullets would have ripped through Eric Draven through the front and out the back. And in doing so, I've noticed that not only is there a wire on the outside part of the jacket here, there's also one in the collar. So you can pose that how you want to. And I have replaced his fist hands with some additional hands. So let's start checking out the accessories, starting with the hands. Again, in the box, he comes with these closed fist hands. I have replaced the fist hands with one pointy finger, and of course the hand with the gunshot through the hand. Next up, we have semi-splayed out hands, dual wielding trigger finger hands, and finally 2 gripping hands. Continuing to move through the accessories, we also get the little mime mask, which serves as the inspiration for the crow's makeup in the beginning of the movie when Eric Draven returns to his and Shelley's apartment. Out of the box, we have stoic crow face. The heads pop off easily right off this ball peg here, which goes down into the neck. Then we have semi-crazy smiley face crow. Rain-drenched head, really pissed off looking crow. And finally, we have apprehensive crow. So that's a total of 4 heads you get out of the box. I think I'm going to go with the semi-smiley face crow for me. And continuing through the accessories, we have the poker thing, the weather vane, the sword, which is painted nicely. Great detail on that sword, on the handle there too. You get the gold engagement ring, which is fitted out on a wire here, so that's really cool. The gold engagement ring he gave to Shelley and had to acquire back from Gideon's pawn shop. So I've popped the crow's head off and put the engagement ring necklace on there. And because it's on a wire, you can position that however you like. Wow, guys. All right, so I just pulled out the second plastic tray from the box that is full of additional accessories, and these things are wild. Absolutely wild. First, we have a shotgun here. And yes, the pump does actually slide. He comes with a revolver. And I didn't realize this until I saw somebody else do it. The revolver actually spins. Comes with an additional handgun, perhaps a Glock. I don't know anything about guns. And removable magazines for that gun. Slides right in the bottom there. It comes with 2 magazines, one of which I may have already lost. And the top of the handgun does slide back to cock it in cool 80s, 90s fashion. An additional knife to stab Tintin, and an incredibly tiny little lighter. So tons of little great accessories with the crow. Just astounding the level of detail on these, these tiny little accessories, some of which have moving parts, some of which have removable parts. All nuts. But don't forget, he does come with animal friends. You know how much I love my figures with animal friends. He comes with Gabriel the white cat. He comes with 2 crows. I almost called them ravens, but they're crows. Obviously, the crow. You get 1 just chilling crow and 1 flying about to jack up a bad guy crow. Included in the package, you get this additional attachment here, which goes right on top of the stand. Fits right on top of the fat part here. Right? Yes. And you can manipulate that however you want. And also included, you get 2 different wires which can plug into that part of the stand. So the crows, both of them actually have a little hole. The flying crow has the hole right there on the tail. Similar spot on the chilling crow. And then you just take the wire, and plug it into that hole. And now you have a flying crow. That's really cool. But we are not done. We also have the Eric Draven headstone, which feels very substantial. It's got some good weathering on it. You see the, You know, Eric Draven written out on the gravestone there. And then, of course, we have the giant outline of the Flaming Crow, the famous Flaming Crow from the movie. And last, but certainly not least, you get Eric Draven's guitar, which does come with a nice little strap there, which I believe does come on and off the guitar. So, wow, there we go. Just an incredible figure. Just like a tsunami of accessories. Mezco left almost no stone unturned as far as giving you additional little pieces that you might enjoy for any fans of the movie. I think this is a fantastic figure. I love the likeness here. The figure moves exceptionally well. So bang, there you have it. That is my first ever dual review of two incredible sets. First, the incredible 5-point set, where Mezco continues to push the envelope as to what you can do with 5 POA figures. In this case, giving us 2 distinct bodies here for the same character with interchangeable limbs and heads, with the incredible cloth good accessories, the pleather jacket, all the incredible accessories that come with him, the head portraits, all the insane detail of the cloth goods, and all the things that come with the character that you would have come to expect from Mezco so far. And just 2 amazing sets. And now I don't know what I'm going to do, because this may have just torpedoed the top 10 that I've been working on of 2022. This is absolutely, the 112 collective version in particular, is absolutely one of the best figures of the year. Super excited to have the 5 points as part of my collection now as well. As we speak, it is still possible to get both of these sets if you're interested. First of all, the 112 Collective Crow is in stock at BBTS right now for $100. So you can order this guy and have him on the way right now if you want. You can still pre-order the 5-point set also on BBTS for $35.99. So if it's not obvious already, I love both of these sets. I would absolutely recommend them. If you're a Crow fan, if you're a Mezco fan, you can still get your hands on both of these. So that's fantastic. So that's my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Keep an eye out, because I will have my top 10 figures of the year video coming out. We'll probably post right after the new year is my guess. But if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Please throw us a like if you enjoyed the video and share with your friends. Thank you to everyone out there who's watched any of my videos this year. It means so much to me. I've had a lot of fun doing it. Not something that was planned, but once I started, I just kept enjoying it. So the fact that someone else out there might enjoy my work means a lot to me. And just know that the work continues, and it is one of my missions now to make sure these videos get better with each one, hopefully, or at least that's the goal. Again, Happy New Year. And as we move from 2022 into 2023, don't forget the #1 rule: be cool. Later.